Hi, what's your name?
Adrianne.
Nice to meet you.
You
I'm
too.
Dave. So my question is, what is your big dream in life?
My big dream in life
Yeah.
is to be able to travel and create things and not be tied to a job I don't like.
Okay. And how's that go? Are you tied to something now?
No, I'm not actually. I'm tied to this, like trying to build my life as a creator and be able to do it and travel at the same time. That part isn't quite happening yet, but it will. I'm pretty sure.
What is holding you back?
Let's see, all kinds of things. So I think my biggest thing is like needing to get out of debt so that I can free up my money
Yeah.
to be able to do more creating and traveling.
Ah,
That's
okay.
really the thing.
Is that apartment debt or is it study debt or?
Study debt.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, good luck on that.
Thank
and
you.
then, so what you said you were a content creator for YouTube or?
Yes.
Okay. And what's your channel about?
My channel is P4CM, the letter P, the number 4, the letter C, the letter M. It stands for Passion for Christ Movement. It's a Christian performance arts channel.
Oh, and what kind of performance art?
So a great deal of what's on the channel is footage from live events that we do. But then we also shoot a talk show here and music videos here, a couple poetry videos. We also have a few mini reality series on some of our more popular spoken word artists. A lot of people know our channel for spoken word poetry and music.
Okay. When you paid off that debt and now you can go and travel, and what do you want to spread? What is your dream then, you know?
What do I want to spread?
What's the next level dream?
I really want to spread like the love of Christ in a way that people don't feel so turned off by Christianity and other Christians. Christianity is very creative, and I don't think that that's shared in that way that often. And that's what our channel's goal is to show people that you can love God and still love music and love to rap or sing or make movies or whatever the case may be. You don't have to change the essence of who you are. You might have to change some behavior, you know, in order to be God honoring. But at the end of the day, God made us who we are. He made us interesting, creative, fun loving people.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to like spread that more widely than just where I'm at right now.
Yeah. Why do you think people feel that they can't combine everything with God?
Because like the history of Christianity and the church, I think that there have been, you know, aggressive Christians that have just made people feel alienated and isolated, and it just had not been that big of an idea that you can be both. I think that there's a fine line that you have to walk on so that you're not compromising your Christianity, like your moral standards, but you don't have to if you just take the time to learn and be open. And so we try to do that with our live show. We try to do it on our YouTube channel. We try, like our talk show is a relationship show, and we try to talk about things you don't really get to talk about at church.
Yeah.
And
like, what are those things you can talk about at
you
church?
know, as a Christian, it's kind of it's very taboo, like the topic of sex. Especially outside of marriage, and we talk about that a lot, like what it feels like to be single, not married, but you want to have sex, and what it's like to get divorced and try to date.
And do you think
again.
that's okay? Because that's something that I've stumbled upon too sometimes. People, like, okay, let's say I meet a girl and we have sex, and then she says like, oh, I'm bad because, like, you know, because she's religious.
Yeah.
Is that bad? Are you disrespecting God? Are you committing sin?
So as a Christian, I believe the Bible. The Bible warns heavily against having sex out of wedlock. But it doesn't make you a bad person.
What's wedlock?
Being married.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't make you a bad person. And I think that that's one of the things that we have to, or we are at least trying to spread. The behavior is destructive, which is where so many babies without fathers and sexually transmitted diseases and all that stuff, it's just reckless to go around having sex with people. But it doesn't mean that you are inherently bad because that is something you deal with. And I think a lot of people feel that way, though. They feel bad that they even want it, and it's just not, it's a misconception, you know. So we just try to have honest conversations that people can relate to. I think if people felt less judged and more related to, they would be more open to hear, you know, what
and aren't there, like, if you look at sins from the Bible, aren't there a lot of other sins that a lot of more people break.
Absolutely.
But then
Like, sex
why
is
do you
definitely
think
not
sex
the
is the
biggest
one everyone talks about?
Honestly, I don't know. It is it's the one that more people relate to in a more amoral way than like drunkenness or you know, like stealing. People will steal and try to like sweep it under the rug, but then they'll try to make another person feel like they're going straight to hell because they had sex with their girlfriend and they're not married.
Or casting the first stone or something like that.
Yeah. So there's a whole lot of those things that you know, we just want people to feel better about, not telling them their behavior is okay, but where they can still find the value in themselves as a human, as a person, and not feel like they've just, you know, totally sexed their whole life away. You know, God is not God that won't turn his back in the way that other people try to make us feel like he will. So, you know, that's our channel. We're young and we love, you know, there are lots of cultural things in music and performance art and spoken word that you know, people just aren't gonna, you love what you love from an entertainment perspective, and I think it's just important to align what you consume and how you live it out with what your morals are. If you don't believe in Christianity, then it's going to be a different conversation for you. But if you are a Christian, it's absolutely okay to still love hip hop. You know, it's not you're not going to hell for that.
All right, cool. So I came from a family where my parents were kind of like proud to think it was silly to believe in God, and so I kind of I guess I got raised into it. It's not like they did it like I would have been allowed to believe in God if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But then eventually, you know, I started experiencing some things, and I started getting into it a bit, and I know there's this feeling that, you know, still like a worry to feel silly when you talk about it, especially to someone you know don't believe in God.
Yeah.
So like, how do you think you get over that feeling of like being naive for believing that there's a God?
Yeah, like for me, I believe in all kinds of stuff I can't see. You know, I believe in gravity. I believe in like the elements. I believe in that there's outer space. I believe in all kinds of those things, and I don't feel silly. You know, I think that a lot of times the things we believe, other people will make us feel silly for believing in things that are in direct opposition to what they believe. It's easier for them to make you feel wrong than to think that they might be wrong. So then they'll make you feel silly instead of exploring the possibility that maybe it's true. And so with people who have a fear of looking silly or feeling naive, don't. You know, I think it's a part of the things we teach kids with, like, you know, don't care what other people think and believe in yourself. You have to believe in your own ability to make a decision. If you decide, I believe in God, then you believe in God. Who cares what the person next to you might think, you know? I came and talked to you. I had no idea what you believed in, but it didn't stop me from sharing what I believe, you know what I mean? And then for others who just question it, I just say, like, why not? Like, explore it before you bash it, because it could be. I'd rather believe in God than to not believe in God and then he was real. I'd rather like try my hand at believing and exploring what those possibilities could be than to end up on the wrong side of that equation just because I was afraid that other people might judge
It's a really
me.
interesting way to see it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna ponder that. Great. So thanks. This was a good talk.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
absolutely. Thank you. Good to meet you.
You too.